right, cool.
Yeah, man. So what's up? How you doing?
Not much, chilling, man, chilling. Enjoying the Sunday off, you know.
All right, all right.
You
So
guys?
yeah, so your shop is on Castores?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Okay, okay.
Where the old Enriquez used to be,
Enrique.
it's now Neil's Mi Amor right
Oh.
there. Yeah, they switched it up. So I've been in that shopping center now. This year will be 5 years.
Dude,
Yeah,
dope.
yeah.
That's awesome. How you like it?
Yeah, it's been a ride, man. It's
That's
been a
what's
ride.
up. Where were you before that?
I've been a barber for 13 years.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been getting it in.
Yeah.
And, you know.
So you got into that industry. How's that been for you? Like, I mean, so what's it like? So when I think about like industries, I'm thinking about business, entrepreneur mindset.
Yeah.
Was it difficult for you to figure out the business aspect of that?
You know what? Honestly, a little bit at first, and then I had a homeboy. I went to a shop where I started working at, and I was blessed to be in a shop with a whole bunch of like veterans. You know what I mean? That have been in the game a long time, so they kind of hit me to the game and let me know what's to expect and stuff like that. Because people have a misconception that you go out and get a barber's license, and you jump in a shop and you're just gonna out the gate, you're gonna off and running and make your money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's not how it is. You got to grind it out. You know what I mean? So it was a rough one. It was a rough one. The first year it was rough, but
Yeah, so it's a lot of like figuring it out on the job, like learning as you go.
man, it was a little bit of everything, bro. Like
Yeah.
that financial stuff. You know what I mean? Learning how to manage it, because when you're a barber, you're your own boss.
Yeah.
You pay booth rent, so the shop owner, he's not going to tell you when to come and when to leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you gotta take matters in your own hand, and how much money you want to make is what you're gonna put in.
real.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's a risky. It's not like a lot of other careers where you can go and you go to school, you graduate, you get your degrees, whatever, and you know what you're gonna make. You know what I'm saying? The first year you're gonna know what you don't.
Wow, crazy.
Yep.
So you got to hustle.
You have to, and it's gonna show. Your clientele's gonna show your hustle. You know what I mean?
Dude.
Like I worked my first year working. I probably took off maybe like 2-3 days the whole year.
Oh,
I worked
damn.
every holiday, 7 days a week,
Wow.
grinding 12 hours a day. I was
Hell
in
yeah. That's what's up, man. I like your grill down there.
it. A little shine.
Little shine going on, bro. That's what's up, man. Yeah, it's awesome, man. And I seen that Most Hated, dude,
Yes, sir.
a long time ago on I-37.
Yeah,
It was like a house, right? It was
Yeah.
painted on the house.
that's my homeboys, man. That's
Yeah.
their brand, Most Hated. Look out for it, man.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
sure,
what's
for
up?
sure.
Most Hated. Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Dude, that's what's up. So it's just a clothing brand?
Yeah.
Or,
Yep,
okay.
Just clothing brand. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So we got introduced just now, and I'm Jesus Hernandez, and I got put onto you by Javier.
Yes, sir. That's my boy. He's been been coming to me for a long time. I always say I hate using the word client,
Okay.
because clients, like, I don't know, it's not personal. You know what I mean? Like, that's my boy. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not my client. That's my boy.
Yeah, not just a business transaction or a number. I got you.
I know his family. He knows my family type deals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what's
so
up,
yeah,
bro.
you build that relationship with your people. You know?
Yeah, he was mentioning. He was like, "Yeah, that guy got the story." I was like, "Oh, okay, sounds pretty cool." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's get it going. And actually, it's funny because he mentioned you, and I saw his picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Hey, I work alongside that guy over there at the plant."
Oh yeah.
And I seen him, right? And I was like, "Hey, that's that guy." So I go and see him, and then we were communicating, and I told him, "Hey, man, I'm trying to get your boy on. I'm trying to message him." And he's like, "Oh, that's you." I was like, "Yeah, that's me, bro."
That's
So
what's
yeah,
up.
shout out to him, man.
That's Corpus, man. Everybody,
Yeah.
you gonna run into somebody somewhere.
Yeah. So you're from Corpus?
Nah, I've been down here. I think I've been going on like 8 years down here. I was down here 10 years ago. I was down here for like 9 months, checked it out. I bounced out to Cali, went back to Milwaukee, and then came back here. But I'm originally from Wisconsin, from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
No kidding,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. It's
Wow.
a crazy story. Javi always says it's crazy how like I ended up in Corpus, was no live off of Facebook posting.
No way.
Because I'm telling you, man, I used to be on it, like on my grind, so I used to always post, like, even by the time I came down here, I was already like 4 years into cutting hair. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like, but every day when I would go to the shop, I'd check in every day. Yo, open to close, just
Wow.
heading out, sun up to sundown, every day, every day. And there was a barber owner down here. He had hit me up and was like, "Hey, bro, you ever think about coming down to Corpus?" And I was like, man, at that time, I was just getting off of probation. I was just going through a little split, you know what I'm saying, with my chick that I was with at the time. And I was like, you know what? Like, I need to get away. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I should go check it out. I'm
Wow.
off of probation. I can move around how I want to. And he thought I was bullshitting. You know what I mean? He didn't know
Wow.
that I was really gonna come 1,300 miles down. And I said, "Hey, bro, I get off of probation like in a month." I said, give me 2 months after that, I'll be there. And he's like, get out of here. You know what I mean? Ain't no way, ain't no way. And then finally I called him. I said, hey, bro, I found a spot down there. I got a house locked in down there. I'll
seriously.
be there. And I popped up and he's like, bro, I told you, you got a chair down here when you
How
come.
the hell, bro?
I did it. Yeah. And then probably it took me like 6 months when I came here to build my clientele to fully booked, working 6 days a week.
6 months.
Yeah, in 6 months.
Dope.
Yeah. But that's open to close shop hours. I asked, at that time, there was only less than a handful of barbershops that were actually open on Mondays. So I had asked him like, hey, bro, I'm used to working every day. I don't know about the 5 days a week thing. Like, you think I could come in on Mondays? And he's like, man, like, yeah, I don't know if everybody's going to even know we're open. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And he said, but I'll post it. I'll let everybody know that you're open. Yeah. And I just started taking off on Mondays. And I started building my clientele up like that.
Dope.
Yeah. I built a lot of my clientele off the military and stuff like that. Word of mouth. Just talking to people and I'm not from here either. You know what I mean? And they're like, oh, okay, we'll send people this way. Man, I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Like always telling people, like I appreciate your business and appreciate you sending me people. And that's really like, I rarely advertise as much as I should, but I have word of mouth and I have my clientele, my loyal clientele that's been with me for years.
Yeah. So the first piece of clientele was from Facebook or?
A little bit Facebook, Instagram. Yep.
Yeah.
Had to try to use what I could when I was down here. I knew nobody. Like I had nobody down here. No. I got one of my dad's cousins down here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's a little bit older. You know what I mean?
Wow,
so
crazy.
I was like I had no clientele down here.
So you had family, one person that lived out here in Corpus.
Yeah.
They're from here, or
they're from.
Okay,
here.
So all right, so you do kind of have ties with somebody here in Corpus, but you were born in Milwaukee.
Yes, sir.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, man, that's awesome, dude. That sounds like a long journey. So you must have been through a lot of stuff. You mentioned probation, bro.
Yeah.
So it's been a while, or?
Yeah, it's been a while, man. I've been off of probation and everything like that for about since I think 2014.
Nice.
When I was completed with everything, But yeah.
So were you trying to find other types of jobs before cutting hair?
Yeah. I did a little time or whatever, and when I had got out, one of my homeboys that I was working for before, he was doing construction, and when I came home, I started working for him, right? And when I was working for him, and this is no lie, this one on a fluke, we had a job that was like 45 minutes out. We get lost, whatever. We're like an hour and plus change out now. And on the ride back, he's like, yo, like, he called me Wing because I was everybody's wingman. I was the right-hand man. I was a wingman, right? So he's like, yo, what do you want to do? And I was like, shit, I want to go home, fool. What you mean? We've been out lost all day and this, that. Like, I want to go home. And he's like, nah, man. Like, what do you want to do future-wise? And I was like, man, like, what you mean, bro? Like, and he's like, bro, like, I don't want you to jump back in the streets. And I can't give you what I want you to have, what you should have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't give you insurance, and I can't give you, you know what I'm saying, guaranteed, because in the construction, it's a you never know when it's going to be busy, slow, whatever.
Yes.
So all of a sudden he's like, man, what do you like to do? And I was like, hustle. Like, that's what I like to do. That's what I was good at. That's all, you know what I mean? Like, that's really what I thought, like, for a real long time. Like, the streets was the only thing for me. Even when I got locked up, like, people would be like, hey, what you going to do when you get home? Shit, run it up again.
Go back to what I was?
Run it back. I don't know nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't the best in school, not at all. You know what I mean? Like, I graduated, but like, man, I finessed my way through school. You know what I mean? And it's nothing, like, I'm not ashamed of it now because I learned from a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? So I learned how to finesse my way, but on a cool, like, I graduated with like a 3rd and 4th grade reading level and comprehension and stuff like that. And it took me to go to jail to sit in that cell and teach myself how to read and write.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Off of reading books.
Wow.
Off of reading like hood books. They're like urban books, you know what I'm saying? They're like hood stories, Wow. And that's what kept me like reading. And once my mom found out that I was reading, she was like, whatever you need, whatever books you want, just tell me what it is. And I'm send them. So she send them. And I swear, dude, when I first got locked up and I would write my mom, it'd probably be like a little paragraph. You know what I'm saying? A little paragraph. And then probably about 6-7 months in, I'm doing pages back and front. You know what I mean? Just writing. And so I literally taught myself how to read and write, like, when I was locked up.
Wow, amazing, dude.
Yeah.
So back in school, in your school days, like, was it like, because I was like that too when I got to college. I had to take remedial classes, bro. And every single word I had to look it up in the dictionary to try to figure out what it meant. And I'm trying to figure out like how did it get to where I graduated and I was like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so was it something that caused you to not like learn? Was it the teaching style? Do you think? You know what I'm saying?
They like, said I had a learning disability. You know what I'm saying? As in like early ages, like first grade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But back then when I was, I'm 40. I'm gonna be 41 Friday. So back then, like they didn't have all the different stuff that they have now for kids. You know what I'm saying? Different learning techniques and stuff like that. So it was basically they were embarrassing you. You know what I'm saying? Taking the few kids that did have a learning disability, taking them out of the classroom and doing certain things with them, bringing them back and this, that. And it was a rough one, man. No lie. It was rough from being picked on, bullied and fighting all the time.
Damn.
Going to school. Like I fought a lot. Like my mom, she tried to like, we grew up primarily in the hood, you know what I'm saying? And my mom, she was a grinder too, and she wanted to try to get us a better way. You know what I'm saying? So she signed me and my sister up to like go to school as a program. It was called like the Chapter 220 program, where they took like kids from the hood and they brought them in like the nicer neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? To try to give them a better chance.
Yeah.
But at that time, in like the early 90s, there was a lot of racism. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So everywhere, there, so. It was different, man. It was going to school with a lot of whites, and it was only a handful of us. You know what I'm saying? The Mexicans, blacks, and
wow.
So it was different, man. It was
wow,
different.
that is different, man. It's not like that over here.
And then especially like, hey, on top of that, my ears have always been like this. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, my pops told me at a young age. I remember coming home, or calling him and crying like, hey, they keep picking on me. And he said, son, you're gonna have to stick up for yourself because no one else is. Like as soon as they open their mouth, Jay. Handle business. Wow. No arguing, no back and forth. Handle business right away.
Wow.
So I took a couple L's doing that shit.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Hey, but I swear to you, by third, fourth grade, they knew what time.
They already knew.
Everybody already knew what time.
How else are they gonna learn?
Jump out there with them if you want to. You're gonna catch some hands.
That's dope, man. Wow.
So I've been a shit talking person ever since.
Damn, man. Wow. You got to do that, man. You got to stick up for yourself, man.
No, you have to, yeah. And it was, like I said, it was a little rougher back then. They didn't have people getting in trouble for bullying and stuff like that back then. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't no telling on somebody, and you know what I mean? Like, that's just going to make things worse. So me and my A1, man, still to this day, man, still my best friend since first grade, man.
Wow.
Yeah, me and him, we teamed up.
Yeah, teamed up, bro.
Yeah, we teamed up. We weren't taking no L's, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We weren't taking no L's.
We got Divad Zetterman. He said happy birthday.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I turned 42 in November.
It's just starting to hurt.
Yeah, it's starting to hurt. Yeah, dude, I seen you pumping that iron, bro. So you said you slowed down a little bit?
Yeah, I fell off, bro. I fell off bad, man. Yep. I went through some things, some personal stuff, and I had just fell off, and I need to get back on though. You know what I'm saying? That's an outlet for me, for real.
Right.
That's an outlet, bro. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a stress reliever. Yeah.
We were talking about that on the live stream earlier, that for people like, because I'm ADD, ADHD, I've been through all that stuff too. I didn't really fight a lot. I just kind of ignored everything. But yeah, having an outlet, we were mentioning, is one, like mine with music. I play guitar. That was my outlet, you know what I mean? And then, of course, I didn't have to be, but I chose to be in like sports, football, and stuff like that, because my dad had me in since I was 8 years old. So I knew that, and that was another outlet, because I had trouble communicating with people. You know what I mean? I didn't communicate at all. So one of the outlets was being football, because I got to like physically hit somebody without getting in trouble. You know what I mean? So I like that part. You know what I mean? And then I lifted weights, of course, too. And that's, I kind of have a small love for that as well. When I saw you doing them 110s, bro, on both hands, shoot, that's dope. Yeah, man. So that's cool. So you grew up in Milwaukee, and you and your friend A1 handled it together.
Yeah.
So you learned all that, and then when you were inside, you were reading a lot. You taught yourself how to read.
Yeah.
Man.
I actually got a culinary arts degree when I got locked up.
Nice.
Yeah, I got it. I got my culinary arts degree there. Before going in, I was working in kitchens for a couple, like 6-7 years or so.
Oh, wow.
Working in and out of kitchens. I worked at a German restaurant for like 2 years, an Italian restaurant for like 6-7 years. So it's pretty dope, man.
Wow. So you couldn't see yourself continuing in that path?
Nah. It's like, cooking's cool. Like I dig it. You know what I'm saying? It's cool, but working wise, bro, you gotta have a different level of patience. You know what I mean? You work with a lot of people, a lot of stuff, a lot of arguments in the kitchen. It's stressful. You know, it's stressful. It's not like that shit on TV where they're smiling when they're cooking. You know what I mean? It's a hell story, and there's a storm in the kitchens. You know, big shout out, props to everybody in them kitchens, man.
Oh yeah, no kidding. Yeah, for
we
sure.
appreciate you.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah. And you don't own your own business. So do you own your own business, right?
Yeah, I own my own barbershop. Yep, and I breed dogs too.
Oh yeah, I seen that on your page. So what are they, Frenchies or?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so there's a whole thing going on with that.
Yeah, a little dibbling dabbling in it. You know, I've been going in it for about like 3 years now or so. Like about 3-4 years.
So
now.
you breed them and then you sell them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So they're pretty popular. How do you go about selling them?
Use social media, friends, family, word of mouth, stuff like that.
Right
like
on.
social media I like this last 2 litters ago, I had flew out to Memphis, dropped the dog off, and jumped right back on a plane and hit back over here.
Wow.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so. So they sell pretty good. Like, are the prices on them pretty good? Or?
They were really good. The market's pretty flooded right now, so it's like everybody's lowballing right now. But it's just like anything else, man. It's just a wave you got to ride. It's just an expensive wave to ride, though.
Yeah, man.
I got seven at my house right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. So you got to raise those. Wow, that's got to be a lot. How did you get into that? So you cutting hair, and then you find out about this type of side gig, or
so I've always been cutting hair. I was grinding it out here in Corpus. I had rented out my own private suite. I did that for 2 years out of Salon by JC, and I was there. And one day I got to sitting down, and I was like, "Yo, like I need my own shop." You know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't want a big shop. I never wanted no big shop. I wanted small, tight knit circle. You know what I'm saying? And I got doing the math on what I was saving. You know what I mean? And I'm like, man, it's gonna take me 2 years before I hit my mark. What I want, what I'm comfortable jumping out there with. And out of the fluke, everything happens for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
And I jump on Facebook, and one of the homies was counting out money on there, right? And he's like 3,000 1 week in a barbershop.
Yeah, 1 week.
In 1 week. And I said, so I hit him, hey, closed mouth don't get fed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate when somebody says like, oh, this dude did what he did. If he did it right, you better follow suit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he's going the right direction,
right,
you need to go in that direction too.
Yeah.
So I hit him up. No shame in my game. Hey, bro, like, hey, where you work at? And he tells me Odessa.
Oh.
And I said, oh, yeah. I said, you getting it like that? He was like, bro, I only work in the evenings. He said, I'm only working 5-6 hours a day.
Wow.
He's like, I take off 1-2 days a week too.
Damn.
And I said, and you're making that much? And he was like, bro, out here, there's a 2-hour waiting list. And I'm like, a 2-hour waiting list? I'm like, nah, hell no, you're crazy. And he said, yeah, bro, hey, I'm gonna tell the owner to hit you up on Instagram and let him check out your work.
Wow.
Owner hits me up in 15 minutes. It's a Tuesday. I'll never forget it. He's like, what's up, Johnny? Hey, man, I see you're working. I need you out here. Come out here. Come get this money. I said, man, is there really money out there like that? He said, I'll tell you what. You come out here for 2 days. If you don't make $1,000 in 2 days, he was like, I'll give you whatever you didn't make.
Damn.
You only make 5 in 2 days, I'll give you 500. And I said, you know what? I'm going to take you up on that. I'll be there Saturday. He's like, you for real? And I said, bro, I don't about the bag. I don't play, bro. I'm on it, bro. So, hey, cancel some appointments Saturday. Hey, jumped in a whip, hit it out there, ran it up, I worked 12 hours, I made $980 in 12 hours. And I was like, yeah, this is the move now then. Amazing. So I did it for a year straight. I told myself a year, 1 year I gave myself. I went out there, November 1st was my first day out there in 2018. And November 1st, 2019, I opened my shop.
Wow.
Yeah.
You saved all that money?
In 1 year, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, that's discipline right there, bro.
Just grinding it, though. Just grinding it. Driving to Odessa every week.
Yeah.
I was still having to come back. You know what I'm saying? Every week. I leave every Wednesday. I come back every Sunday.
Damn, bro. Wow, that's grinding, bro.
Yeah.
Props, man. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Man, that's a lot of money to handle, bro. Do you find yourself having how do you handle your money, like as far as like this?
Horrible.
Yeah, you see what I mean? Like,
the more I make, the more I spend.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. So you ain't got a budget. You ain't trying to mess with no budget.
Nah, I didn't count. I've never been like that. Yo, I've always been.
Nobody had. I don't think.
But I think it's because for where we come from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Different. Like, hey, I've always lived by tomorrow's not promised. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna save all this money and not do what with it, you know? I'm not gonna work my ass off every day and not have fun, not let my kids see fun stuff and not let them do things, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's cool. If that's your thing, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? To stack your money and don't spend it. Hold on to them pockets as long as you can.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm gonna run it up no matter what. If I'm broke today, I'm gonna go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna do my thing.
You're gonna figure out how to make the money. How to
gotta make it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I gotta make it.
That's
Gotta make
cool.
it.
Yeah. So your daughter is in. My daughter's 8, and yeah, we're teaching her about money, and we're we're more on the conservative side of money. Like we save it, we put it away. Of course, we spend some of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Stuff like that. And so I'm teaching her like. This is where money comes from. You clean your room, you get $5 on Friday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if you're just giving them the money, they're gonna grow up thinking, "Well, I got to get money from mom and dad."
Mm-hmm.
That's where money comes from.
No. I got 3 daughters. You tell them.
Yeah. So you got 3.
I got 3 daughters,
man,
yeah.
no boys?
Nope. I got 7. My son that passed away.
Oh, sorry, man.
Yeah, no, it's good. My daughter, she's 7 years old. I have a daughter that's 12 years old, and I have my 17-year-old that's going to graduate this year.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're raising them. Do you cut their hair? Somebody else cuts their hair?
Nah, we have somebody cut their hair. I used to cut my daughter's hair. I used to cut their hair when, just little trims and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
My little one's always like, yeah, you can't cut my hair. I'm bald like you. I'm like, all right, cool.
Right on, man. That's
Say
cool,
less.
dude.
I don't have to cut it.
That's awesome, man. So you started cutting hair. So were you dealing were you involved in like drugs and stuff like that before? Like, how do you make that lifestyle change? You know what I mean?
It was kind of getting back to that one, man. It was kind of like a easy switch once somebody explained it to me. You know what I'm saying? So I had one of my homeboys. I'm like, man, when I first started, I was kind of coming and going for the first week. You know what I mean? Like, man, well, I don't have nothing to do. I'm gonna leave. This, that. So my homeboy pulls up. He's like, hey. He's like, remember when we were getting money? He's like, this is your trap house, dog. This is your spot. Don't leave your spot, and you don't miss no licks.
Damn.
And I said, damn, you know what? You're right. So I got to stay in here and grind it out.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what I did. The same way, same mentality you have in the street, you can switch that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you can just revert it into whatever you're trying to get it.
Yeah.
So that's I just learned how to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Learn how to do it. Hey, man, my first year barbering, I used to tell everybody, man, if I made $100 that day, I spent $150. You figured out. I spent $150.
So I pay I own a brand. I have to pay taxes on the wholesale stuff that I buy.
Disgusting.
How do you deal with that?
It's horrible. It's horrible. It's like the biggest L I've ever taken, and so nothing I can do about it.
Is it worse than in the streets having to deal with the tax man?
Yeah. Yeah. You could duck him. You could do whatever you need to do with him. You ain't ducking Uncle Sam, boy. That man coming
Uncle Sammy, bro.
Faithfully. He's coming. And both hands out. Hold on to the ankles like it's over. Yeah, that's a rough one, man. It's rough. It's hard on barbers, man.
Yeah. So you have to have a license, or how do you tax? So you tax the person, and then you pay an amount on that tax, or what? Or you know what I'm saying?
Like I charge booth rent for the people that rent for me.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you own your shop. People are renting the chair or the booth.
Yes.
So that's a whole business in itself,
Yeah.
other than
Yeah.
just cutting hair.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you got to keep track of that.
Yeah.
Okay. How many booths do you have in your
I
shop?
think there's seven booths. I have it's 6 of us in there right now.
Okay.
I'm not really too like I'm kind of picky about who I let in.
Right
I got
on,
a
yeah.
cool vibe though. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah.
want to throw off our vibe. Like everything's cool. Everybody's chilling, joking, clowning with each other and stuff like that. And I got a stump down team, man.
Yeah.
Everybody's good. You know what I'm saying?
How do you find yourself like vetting, or not vetting, like figuring out who you want in there? Like, do you interview them, or do you
Man,
just word of mouth?
sometimes like word of mouth most of the time. You know what I mean? It's mostly word of mouth. A lot of people get referred. I got a lot of homeboys that own barbershops, man. Shout out to all my homeboys.
Yeah, right on.
Hey, we're all going through it together. You know what I mean? And for real, there's a lot of homeboys that send people their way, send us our way. You know what I mean? Like, so everybody shows love,
Yeah. Well, so what's some of the things that you try to avoid? Like, what's some of the stuff you try to avoid in your shop as far as the culture goes in there?
And I just, I try to duck the hood vibe, man. Like I want my people to feel comfortable in there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody feel comfortable. We don't got to be worrying about nothing going on in there and stuff like that. But, you control that by who you hire.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You control, that's who you hire is the vibe you're going to get.
Yeah.
Because you're going to go to the barber, your barber, and you guys got a vibe already. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be on that other shit. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty cool though. Yeah, it's a ride, and it's different working with different people that come from different walks of life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right on. Like, so hood vibe is like like just people bringing in bad business in here, talking about it.
There's a certain place and time you talk freely. You know what I'm saying about certain things. And, you know, sometimes some people don't have filters. You know what I mean? And we have. I personally cut up several cops. You know what I'm saying? And so I try to make it. You know what I'm saying? But they understand. They're cool with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're trying. You know.
I think it was. I had a Jackie. I don't remember her last name, but she braids hair. She was working with you.
Touched by Money.
Yeah, Touched by Money. Yeah, she was on the podcast a while back, and we touched on that topic also. Yeah. And she was mentioning like how, you know, you have families or kids come in here or whatever, and y'all was talking about something happened at the club or whatever. I don't know what y'all talking about. And that's just it's difficult to have, especially if you're trying to have more clientele come in.
And I think that's all on the barber. You know what I'm saying? Because like in a conversation, if I know the person next to me is cutting up somebody, maybe that's not about that life. You know what I'm saying? And I know who I'm cutting up and how they talk. And some people talk loud, so you can hear what's going on. So then you as a barber, you got to divert that conversation. You know what I'm saying? You got to spin that. You know
that's
what I mean?
Crazy, bro.
You got to spin that conversation to something else. Hey, how's the family doing? You know what I mean?
That's crazy. So when you're conversing like that, do y'all converse? But do barbers curse with have a conversation with another barber or another client all at the same time?
Oh yeah,
like all the time. Traditional barbershop. I guess you could say.
Yeah. We had it all the time. We're always in there joking, clowning with each other across the shop. Everybody's in there. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's a cool.
We talk shit equally.
Equally
as
well. Do y'all ever compare like tips or like how much money y'all make?
No, we actually at our shop we got a little running joke. It's like, hey, bro, what time you here tonight? Like, I leave at 7. What time you leaving? 9. All right, sucker. like you know what I'm saying? Just kind of and then at the same time, we're on each other. Like shop opens up at 10. Most of my barbers get there a little bit earlier, or they come at 10 o'clock. I got barbers that start at 7:30 in the morning. You know what I mean? My boy Heck out there getting it. Edgar's out there getting it 7 in the morning, 7:30 in the morning. He was just there at the shop when I was leaving. 2 more heads were walking in that he had there. So that's Sunday money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how you knock that booth rent.
That's how you do it. Yeah. Man. So talking about that, your guys in their shop, the ones that work for you, do y'all ever get to the point where y'all are y'all like, because we're talking about mental health earlier, like do you talk about that stuff with your workers, or is it just strictly like, this is the business?
I think we do. I think you could probably say that, because we're really cool with each other. Like everybody's really cool with each other. So if somebody's going through something, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if they speak on it, we're gonna, you know what I mean? We're gonna help each other out and do what we gotta do. I've been a barber for a while, and I've owned a shop for a while, and I've come close with a lot of barbers. You know what I'm saying? That work with me, that have worked for me. You know what I mean? And it's I know this business, you know what I mean? It's a grimy business, man. People come and go, you know what I mean? And people, you just got to understand that. And sometimes, it hurts being a bar, you build a friendship with people. And then if they leave or they go somewhere else to another shop, it's kind of like, damn, like that's how it feels. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. But it's business.
Okay.
But whatever, at the end of the day, whatever the reason they left, that's for them. You know what I'm saying? And I got to respect it.
You got to let it go.
I don't have hard feelings for nobody. You know what I'm saying? That work for me and stuff like that. But, when tragic stuff happens in the shop, family, something happens, you know what I'm saying? And you really see who's riding with you. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think I read the Bible. I think it was, there's a verse where it says like when somebody's there for you in your bad times, they're there for you in the good times, not necessarily the other way. If they're there for you in the good times, not there for the bad times. Yeah. You know what I mean? You see it.
For sure. For sure.
So you mentioned the business of haircutting. So I assume there's barbers or owners that are not as like that, like you are, as far as leaving business, people leaving. There could be.
Yeah, some people take it personal. You know what I'm saying? And it just depends on each situation, Some barbershop owners invest in barbers. You know what I'm saying? They give people time. I've had people personally work for me and be like, yo, hey, I'm gonna charge you this until you get your feet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so if I'm going out of my way, I'm taking money out of my pocket for you to get right, and then for you to bounce when you do get right. You know what I'm saying? You might feel some type of way about that.
That's good, man. Why do you find yourself? How do you find yourself doing that? Like, is there like, have you always been like a caring person in that way, or
I think because I've been blessed with people that are around me that care for me. You know what I'm saying? And when I first started at the barbershop, I had no clientele. I was trash cutting hair. You know what I'm saying? But I had guys around me that were blessing me with game. I had my boy Tato who used to own the barbershop I used to work at. He blessed me. He's like, yo, I'm only gonna charge you this month or this much, you know what I'm saying, per week, until you get on your feet. But in the meantime, yo, if you want to come in early and you want to sweep, if you want to come in you want to stay till late and mop up, and we'll knock off booth rent. Yeah. And so that's what I did every day. Damn. I was there early to get some money off my booth rent, stay late, help them sweep up, do what I got to do, to try to stay in it.
So what you saw, you're like, that helped me.
I just had to pay it forward now, and I still do it. Yeah, I still do it. Yep, I still do it. I still try it anyway. You know what I'm saying? And,
yeah.
Sometimes we're able to help out, and sometimes like, hey man, I've had my barbers look out for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey bro, I know you're going through it. Like, hey man, I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's love. It's like it gets shared.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, bless those that bless you. You know what I mean?
So yeah, so does that? Do you consider yourself like a spiritual person? Because you're saying like blessed.
Yeah,
that to me is like,
I definitely, bro. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying to get more back into church. You know what I'm saying? I've been strong going to church for like 9 months now. I volunteer at Church Unlimited on the West Side. Okay. I do that every Wednesday morning from like 10 o'clock to 12:30, and we cut people there.
Oh, nice. Cut people
it's like it's not really I guess you call it a church, but it's more like a mission place where they hand out food. They got a food pantry. You can go there, get exchange your clothes there. You can go get hygiene there, and you can get a haircut there. Oh, and then before you can do all that, you can go and listen to the service that was done that Sunday.
Wow, dude.
So yeah, it's a real dope. It's real dope, man. It's real dope. There's a lot of people there that go unrecognized. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that really are faithful to being there every Wednesday and trying to give back. You know what I mean? Trying to give back. And so I've been on that. I missed one Wednesday in 9 months. Wow. So, but yeah, I've been trying to making my presence there, man. I've been going there for a long time. I started doing that. I've been going strong for like 9 months, but I started like 10 years ago when I first came down to
church.
Corpus.
Okay.
Yeah, and I started volunteering over there. They used to have a thing called Take It to the Streets. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
But, I think I might have, yeah.
They used to come down here over by the bus station.
Wow.
And we cut hair out there, go pray with the people out there, you know what I'm saying? Try to give them some break bread with them, you know what I mean?
Wow,
give them some food and stuff like that. But, yeah.
Yeah, just to be able to talk to those, to the homeless people out there, man. Like,
yeah, it's wild, bro. It's wild. Some people think like every person out there is a drug user, you know what I'm saying? And it's... Once you get to meeting some of these people, bro, it's deeper than that, bro. It's deeper than that. It's like some mental
health.
Yeah, bro. They don't have nowhere to go. You know what I mean? Like they don't want to be around their family because they don't want their family to see them what they're going through and stuff like that. Crazy. Like I met some crazy stories out there, man. I met some people with some deep stories out there. Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow,
it's crazy. And I get shown plenty of love over there on the West Side at the Church Unlimited and stuff like that. Like all the guys know me over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool.
They all rock with me over there.
Yeah. So do you feel like, so it seems like giving of your time like that has been a part of your life?
Bro, that helps. It helps. I never realized like it was probably like 2 months ago or something, like the pastor had said something in church and he was referring to when you give back, volunteering in any way, not even volunteering, just in any way, when you give back, you could kind of don't think about your worries and you're thinking about somebody else's for a second. You know what I'm saying? So 9 months ago, I feel like my world is, you know what I'm saying? Everything's going crazy for me, Yeah. And I just needed a couple hours out of the day to where I don't worry about me and I can focus on somebody else. So it really helps me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like it helps me mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like
yes.
Like it humbles you.
Yeah.
It's no other humbling experience. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
I'm a big shoe head. I'm a shoe kind of sewer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Sneaker head, bro.
Yeah,
so for me, like I'm always shoe checking. Like every, nice. Like, and I like every shoe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, I'm kind of live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, damn. But when you get around certain situations, when you're over there and you're like, damn, this homeboy don't even have matching shoes.
Wow,
bro.
Crazy, bro.
They don't have matching shoes.
Or don't have shoes,
bro.
Walking in socks.
Yeah, and yeah. But they go there and we put them on. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
They get right when they leave there, man.
Yeah, man.
They get right. We get thanked, and that thank you, it sounds crazy, bro. That them thank yous from people that actually, You know, I always tell people, hey, if I walk out this door, right, and you're coming behind me, I might hold the door for you. Hey, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
It's just standard though.
Right.
You would
Courtesy.
do that to courtesy.
Yeah.
You do that to anybody. But when you finish cutting somebody's hair and they really appreciate that and they let you know, and they're like, hey, bro, like, hey, I appreciate you doing this, man.
Wow,
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? It's different. It's a different type of feeling you get from that, man.
Yeah, like you actually did something.
Yeah.
Like you're doing something for them that they can't actually do back. Like they can't.
Yeah, I'm not.
bless you
There's
back.
nothing in return they can do for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't like. Oh, you get people in there too. Like, hey, can I give you a tip? No. Like, no, you can't. No, you can't, bro.
Well,
thank you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
A thank you.
Or they
It
can,
means
like
different, bro.
So like you give them a haircut, but they don't have money. Like so, your exchange in that instance would be them giving you money, but they can't because they don't have money. You know what I mean? So that's awesome.
Yeah.
I find that awesome that you can like give to somebody and that what you brought up, like not thinking about yourself for that few hours or whatever that you're doing. You're actually thinking about somebody else.
And it pays like, yo, I could sit here and try to finesse the story about it, but like I can only tell you from personal experience, bro, when you give back, that shit comes back. It might not come like, you know, when you bless somebody, that blessing, like even I bless all the time. You know what I'm saying? I look out, people that know me know what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a person that's all, you know, cameras and, you know, hey, here, do this for you. This, I don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when the more you give, you're going to get them blessings back. And sometimes them blessings might not come to you, but they'll come to people around you. And having blessed people around you is a blessing.
Wow, great.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that because I like that. There's like I don't know where it is in the Bible, but like it says like everything that you touch, it'll prosper, or something like that. Basically meaning like if your life is evolving around like God, basically you put it in first or whatever, then everything will come into place.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's his timing.
Yeah.
We just got to keep doing our work.
Yeah. We got to keep grinding, keep doing our thing, and people. I see that too, because like I'll be doing stuff for people or something, and just out of the norm, because like just like in the workplace, bro, people are rude, they're mean to you, and then just doing something that's nice for them, or even like giving like an enemy or somebody that doesn't like you, giving them a taco or something like that, that makes a difference. That's part of you doing what, you know, the right thing, and then like you're saying, in return, it's gonna come back.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna come back to you
every time.
Yeah,
every time.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
There's times, you know, this is business, bro. No business is steady. You know what I'm saying? It's a roller coaster, bro. You gotta ride them waves. Even when you're down, you gotta just keep on going and remain in faith. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Everything happens for a reason. And I stand on that one. You know what I'm saying?
Right on.
I was put in certain places in my life, some bad places.
Yeah.
But even in the worst places in my life, in jail, I've met some of the realest dudes that I still talk to right now. That were like speaking light into me. You know what I'm saying? Because I was young. You know, I was young and I was, you know, I was hard headed. You know, but they were like, "Yo, bro, like chill out, bro. Like, hey, no, stop telling people that shit. You know, telling people like, you know, I'm gonna go back out and get it down. Nah, don't talk like that. Don't speak that into your existence. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And you know, I used to tell people all the time, yeah, I'm coming back. I know it.
Wow.
Because I'm not naive, bro. Like, bro, you can't run a red light 10 times and not expect to get hit.
Wow, dude. So you thought you were gonna go back?
No, I knew I was, bro. I felt it, bro. Like
That's crazy.
Hey, as crazy as it sounds, bro, I used to dream of being in prison when I was a kid.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I swear to God, bro. I used to have dreams, bro, like that I would be in prison and stuff like that. And then the shit was a reality, bro.
Wow.
But you know, when you chase that life will catch you.
I got you.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? You're gonna chase that fast life that it's a fast
It's gonna
ending,
come
bro.
on. He's gonna hit you.
Yeah, the finish line. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
gonna come a lot faster than you think, and when you least expect it. You know, at the best times, man. Like, hey.
Did anybody you know like die or pass away, like in that game? I guess you could say.
Yeah, you know, had more ODs. To be honest with you, bro. A lot of my homeboys, like a lot of my peoples, man. A lot of people that I know, associated with, and stuff like that, have went down that road. You know,
wow.
A lot of people, man. A lot of people.
Oh man.
You know? Drugs are real big in Milwaukee, bro. Real big, real big. You know, so
wow.
It comes with the territory, though. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, like I said, you run that red light 10 times, you're gonna get hit once.
And yeah, I talking to somebody along the lines of that. They were saying like, you can find it in Milwaukee or wherever. You can find it
anywhere, bro. Anywhere.
Like you can. I'm pretty sure you can find it here somewhere.
Anywhere.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy to me. How,
but at the same token, like that's how I look at it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, dude, you could find drugs anywhere. But my mindset back then was like I could sell drugs anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I used to go to, man, they used to put me in all these drug and alcohol classes and stuff like that. And they used to be like, you know, people talking about all their addictions, and they come to me, you know, you got to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well,
I was like, yo, I'm not addicted to drugs. I'm addicted to selling them.
Bro. I'm addicted to money. I want money.
I'm addicted to selling them. I'm not. I promise, I'm not addicted. I ain't never done none of this shit they done. Like, yeah.
That's wild, bro. No. Were your parents hustlers? Like, not hustlers, but like, were they hustling to make money? You know what I mean?
My mom, bro, she the biggest hustler I know.
So you learned it from her, or?
Huh? No, I got my grind from my mom. I always tell people that, man, growing up, my mom supported us and took care of us on her own. She was working 60, 70 hours a week.
Damn.
My mom got it in, boy. I can't, you know how you hear that saying, like, you got it out the mud? You know what I'm saying? I can never say that because my mom got us out the mud.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? She just put me on concrete for me to get it the run.
Oh, so your pops wasn't around?
Yeah, my pops. Okay. I used to fuck with my pops on the weekends. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
I used to rock pops on the weekends and stuff like that. My pops was always there. Always there.
Okay.
Yeah, he's always there.
Wow.
And my pops used to work at a community center. And
Okay.
he used to work for a school that they had there. And then he was a mentor there at the school. Started out being security. He was the mentor. And then he went on. They opened up a drug rehab place, and he was a program director there.
Wow.
Yeah, he was programming people over there. So he worked there for like 20-something years. But my mom, back in Wisconsin, we only have one electricity company, and my mom worked at that electricity company for like 40-something years.
Wow.
Yeah. Since she was 19, it was her first.
Are they still
job.
with us?
Yeah, my mom's at my house right now. She's visiting from Milwaukee.
You serious?
Yeah.
Wow. So did she get a pretty good retirement coming out of there? Or?
Oh yeah. She put it in though. She got them years, boy.
Of course. Yes.
She actually retired being a vice president secretary.
Wow.
So yeah, she was in that position for a while.
Oh man, dude.
So I could say like I got to see my mom like literally go from the bottom and work her way all the way up, dude. I remember my mom used to work in a cubicle. You know what I'm saying? Like one of them movies you see where it's just a bunch of cubicles and people in there going away and then my mom had her own office the size of a small apartment building. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Downtown. It was live, man.
Awesome.
It was dope. It's dope to look back or to think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom came so far. Like, yo, she ain't never gave up. And I'm going to tell you, man, I put my mom through hell. We all did, man. We all did. Yeah. You know what I mean? Well, I put my mom through hell, but I'll tell you, man, from the first case to release date, my mom was there.
She was there.
Oh, man. Every day. When I was in the feds, you only get 300 minutes a month to talk on the phone.
Oh.
And so I used to make it my point to break that down. I used to talk to my mom for 10 minutes a day.
Wow, dude.
That was my scapegoat, though. You know what I'm saying? That was like, man, it was like I needed that. You know what I mean?
Of course.
And sometimes my mom would be like, yo, I want to come see you. And I'm like, nah, I don't want you to come right now. Like,
oh, man.
I don't want visits right now because, like, you know, when you go on visits, you take your mind out of what you're in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And sometimes it fucks you up for a couple of days. You know what I'm saying? To get back out of that depression and shit like that. So I was cool with my mom only coming a couple months. And when she did, though, it was live, though.
Yeah.
It was like, I needed that.
Damn.
Ain't nothing like getting your mom's hugs. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, definitely, man.
Feeling that embrace, you know? She did it, though. Man,
wow.
She rode with me the whole way.
That's amazing,
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. This is the one person, like and my sister, my dad, everybody, but my mom, dog, like, shh.
Wow.
Like, nope, you're gonna do it, Johnny. Anything you do, look at what you do. I know what you do. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you've done, you put your mind to it and you do it.
Yeah.
You know, like anything from the street to business. Like, you know, people thought I was crazy when I started messing with these Frenchies. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Oh, dog, you're crazy spending all that money on them. But shit, it paid off.
Yeah. You got to try it out too. Like some people are scared to try.
They're scared to fail.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of people will try a few things, but they're afraid to fail, though.
Yeah.
Most of the time, people try things when they know it's a for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that makes sense.
So you know, it's that pride of failing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't fail so many times in my life. I don't care anymore.
Yeah. and
try it, bro.
Yeah, I got you. Like in our culture too, like we just sit back and check out. See, look at that, guys. Look what's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not me. It's them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta try, bro. You have to be wanna. We're talking about entrepreneurship earlier. You got to learn how to fail.
Oh, you have
You know what
to,
I mean?
bro.
Yeah, right. You got to learn how to fail. Like, I mean, look at you. Like, has there ever been like stuff that you tried and you failed, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna try something else?
Selling drugs. I failed.
Right
Like, if it was good, I would be somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Right
Like,
on.
you know, but yeah, I failed at that. I failed at a couple jobs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, though, it's, you know, it's a roller coaster, man. It's a life roller coaster, and I strongly believe in everything happens for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So whether I lost a job, whether I quit a job, or got fired, or hey, it wasn't meant for me. You know,
Another door will open up.
Hey, I'm gonna knock on one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna wait for one to open. I'm gonna knock on
Oh,
one.
come on, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to make it happen. Poppy Game Chachi, appreciate you joining. She said 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, keep that 100. Yeah, I like the fact that you were talking about your parents, bro. Like, okay, and we gave them hell too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's something that you learned from your dad or your mom? They would tell you, and you're like, nah, you don't know what you're talking about. But you think about it now, and you're like, damn, they were right. You know,
a lot of things, and man, if my mom's watching this, man, now a lot of things she said, man, a lot of things. You know, you look back and you think about some of the things, like, man, Johnny, you know, you gotta relax. You know, that was my mom saying all the time, Johnny, relax, dude, relax, like relax. And now I catch myself being older, and when them heated times come up, you're like, hey, relax, dog.
Chill out.
Chill out, bro. Chill out, dog. It's not that serious, man. Just relax, you know? My dad is another story, man. My dad is a wild one, boy.
Oh, yeah.
My dad's wild, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, my dad's a turn up. So he gives some crazy advice, but yeah.
Right on, bro.
He gives some crazy advice, yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's
my
cool,
pop's
man.
always been there too, man. He's always been supportive of me. He's always been my rider for real. Like, even when I was doing things I wasn't supposed to do, he'll tell me, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, be careful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what you're doing, but be careful doing it. You know what I'm saying? And you need me, I'm here. Like, whatever it is.
So he'll let so he's like, he'll let you, like, he knows what you're doing, but he'll let you figure it out.
As soon as I turned 18, that man told me, do whatever you want to do, but do it. Like,
Yeah.
whatever you're gonna do. You want to work hard. Do it. You want to hustle? Hey, you're gonna have to do it. Like, you should take what comes with it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of shit comes with it. You know, it's not sweet no more.
Yeah.
The game's not sweet. And that shit's over with.
It's like you were talking about, like, how like in schools, like bullying, safe space, and all that stuff. Like, once kids get out of school, they got a whole world waiting for them.
Man, and these kids today, boy, it's trouble. It's hard. I think it's harder nowadays. No lie, on kids nowadays,
Wow,
man,
crazy.
it's hard, bro. You got to think, we didn't come up with all the stuff that we've giving our kids. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
From clothes to whatever. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Designer shit like that. We didn't have that shit. So now these kids, they get everything handed to them throughout school, and then when game's over, when high school's over, when the real world comes in, and no one ain't handing them shit. And then now they got to figure out what they're gonna do.
Yep.
You know, some people decide to go different ways. You know what I'm saying? And you know, there's a lot of options out there for you to go nowadays. You know, it's hard.
It's like, what do you lean on? What are you really gonna believe in or lean on?
What did you learn
Now? Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, hey, I don't knock school, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think, but for your future, I think the best thing that happens in school is your networking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you got to network with people in school, and yeah, you pay attention to what you're doing and try to be great at it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But in the long run, like, man, you know, you're from Corpus here. Hey, if you don't know somebody to get in somewhere, you're gonna be. Hey, it's gonna be some trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Get on that
It's
waiting
gonna be
list.
difficult. Yeah, for sure.
It's all about who you know, who you network in, and that
Exactly.
revolves around what kind of person you are. You know what I'm saying? If you're a good person, you know, I'm not saying you got to be the best, happiest person in the world, give everybody a hug when you see them.
Yeah.
But hey, it takes nothing to say what's up to people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How you doing? Whatever. You know.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing? You know, I still go out once in a while. I don't go out much, but when I do go out, I'm always chopping it up with people.
Yeah.
I'm always cool. I'm cool. Some people think I'm not just because of what I look like or whatever. I'm like,
Yeah. Stereotype.
I'll be the first one to clown with you and laugh with you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Put on some R&B. I'm gonna start singing and dancing and shit.
Yeah. One of my coworkers is like, "You're on the podcast, right?" He's like, "Yeah, you had that one guy with all the tattoos on there." I was like, "Yeah, and whatever." You know, he's like, "Yeah, no, that's cool, dude." Yeah. So yeah, definitely a stereotype, man.
Nah,
And,
yeah, 100%.
like I've got cousins that have tattoos and stuff too. So I guess growing up around, not really growing up with them, but having them as primos and seeing them at, you know, family parties or whatever, and talking to them, knowing like they look like this, but they're not like this, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or they might be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
You got to figure it out.
Shaking the dice.
Yeah, exactly, bro. You got to try it.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of us too, like we learned to not communicate like growing up. We don't want to network.
Stay in your own lane.
We stay in our own lane.
Yeah.
We don't want to network because in all honesty, you make yourself vulnerable to figure out who's the person to trust, who's the person not to trust.
Yeah.
You have to open yourself up to talk to them to figure it out.
Yeah.
And it sucks, dude, because social media, the snakes are watching, bro. They're looking, they're lurking.
I think social media is so fake though, bro.
That's what I'm saying,
You know
bro.
what I tell everybody? You could be anybody you post to be. You know what I'm saying? You could be the biggest baller in the world on Facebook, on Instagram, on whatever. It's on
Yeah.
women, girl, whatever.
Yeah.
They can be whatever they want to be. Guys, they can do whatever they want to be. Until you meet somebody in person, you really see how they're moving. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's different. It's different, man. It's different. And I have met people like that. I've known on Facebook, and then when I meet them, you know what I'm saying? They're like, "Damn, bro,
Yeah.
it's cool." You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't think this, that. I'm like, yeah, well,
Yeah, for sure. I think I was reading something. You got to use your eyes to see, and you got to use to hear what they're saying.
Yeah.
Is what you're seeing lining up with what they're saying? That's how you figure out, if that person is who they are.
What's
they
that
say they're
saying?
gonna be.
You got 2 ears, 1 mouth. That
Yeah.
means you gotta listen twice as much as
You
you
gotta
talk.
listen. You gotta
Yeah.
watch. Yeah, use your
Yeah.
senses to figure it out, man.
Yeah.
Dude, well, this has been a good interview podcast, man. Coming up on an hour. Thanks for coming on the show.
Oh, man, thanks for having me, bro. For
Yeah,
real.
yeah,
Thanks
no.
for having me, dog.
Yeah, I like
Appreciate
talking
that.
to people, man. I hope somebody learned something out there. They're listening, they're watching, whatever, man. So, your spot is on Castores. What's the address?
Yeah, 5230 Castores, Suite 15.
Suite 15.
On
50
Point Barbershop.
On Point Barbershop.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Yeah.
How'd you come up with that name anyway?
I had a client come up with one of
No
my boys.
way.
No lie. Yeah, when I was gone in Odessa,
Yeah.
he said, "Man, I'm over here waiting in his barbershop, and this dude's my appointment's 15 minutes ago. Like, man, I the haircuts ain't even that good. Like, he's like, bro, he's like, you were always on time. At my appointment times this time, I'm in the chair. You're getting me taken care of. You're on point every time." He said, "Bro, you should name your barbershop when you come back On Point." And
Wow.
I said, "Bro, you know what? I'm gonna name it On Point."
Yeah.
That's
and
how I
you
ran with it.
and you want to maintain that standard, right?
Yeah,
That's what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
That's good, man.
Let's try to be on point.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. So it's there on Castores. How do we find you online? Are you mostly on Facebook?
Yeah, I'm mostly on Facebook. Instagram, I'm on Instagram, but I'm not really heavy on Instagram like that.
Okay.
But I got Instagram, Facebook, On Point Kennels 361. Johnny Cuts 361. Or Johnny Martinez on Facebook.
And you use Booksy for people to
Yes, sir.
to book. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What's the tag on that?
It's Johnny Cuts Martinez at Bookski.
Okay.
Yeah.
Johnny Cut Martinez.
Yes.
At Booksy. All right, cool,
Yes,
man.
sir.
You guys know where to find him. He's there on Castores, or you can book an appointment. Appreciate you guys. Stay tuned for the next podcast. I think we got Poppy Game Chachi. I'm not sure, but she's coming on next few ones or whatever. I can't remember. Kai Servin, some other people coming on the podcast. Thank you for joining. Thanks for the producer back there, Chris. Produce Livestream Studios. Stay tuned for the next few podcasts. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.